Swati here, the Embodied Dharma coach, with some MoonDay Inspiration for you on February 14th. It happens to be Valentine's Day today, and we're moving into a very powerful full moon this week. So be mindful that this particular full moon is about the ancestors and stepping into your power and your purpose. Of course, we have to honor the ancestors and give them our gratitude and our nourishment, our joy, our pleasure. It all comes from being here right now in this moment, and it all is a result of the ancestors. So do give your gratitude and your blessings to your lineage this week. Of course, your Dharma also comes from your ancestors. Without them, your gifts, your embodied gifts and wisdom wouldn't be possible. They hand this to you, and it's about awakening and expressing and sharing these gifts and wisdom with the world. And one of the things that I see as an epidemic with spiritual women in this realm of expressing, sharing your gifts, and really honoring your Dharma is keeping your energy focused on the spiritual realms without fully honoring the material realms. So we need to have both, and this is my reminder to you that your dharmic path requires an integration between the spiritual realms and the material realms. So I have a question for you today to notice if you are stuck or imbalanced with this dharmic path. Are you tending to the spiritual realms, neglecting your material world actions and motivation, the bold steps that are required in the material world in order to get results? The dream, the desire that you have for more money, more nourishment, more pleasure, more joy, more vitality, all of these are wonderful, powerful desires. And so many of these desires that we came into this body with, yes, it's about your soul and its previous incarnations and needing to awaken these desires in this lifetime, but it's also about the desire of the ancestral body and the lineage that you are here to embody and express. So a lot of these spiritual desires and the dharmic desires, these are your soul gifts and the soul wisdom that you're here to share. This is very much a spiritual matter. It's very much rooted in the spiritual. But notice if you are stuck bringing this into manifest form. And what that looks like and what that sounds like is, I've had this dream, I've had this desire for years, and it hasn't fully become a reality. Or I've had some success, but I'm still not nourished. Or why am I not feeling more contentment? Why is this so hard? Or here's one I hear a lot from well-meaning, very deserving spiritual women, but this is a big problem with spiritual women. And it sounds like, I'm sharing my gifts and wisdom, I'm walking my dharmic path, but I don't have any money. I'm still not reaching my financial goals. My finances are in a mess. And this is a result of an imbalance with spiritual and material realms. So we have to honor both. And most spiritual women are getting stuck in the material world steps that need to happen and need to take place in order for that balance and that integration to take place. Now, there are plenty of you spiritual women who are very motivated and you are taking big, bold action steps in the material world, but that dissatisfaction, discontent, malnourishment is actually rooted in a lack of spiritual connection and alignment. And either way, it is about the integration and the balance of the two, spiritual and material. So my question for you today is, are you being plagued by toxic positivity? is toxic positivity in the way of you getting the results that you want, both spiritually and materially. Toxic positivity sounds like, I'm grateful for everything I have, and, it may not be enough, but I'm still going to be grateful for everything that I have. And, the overly positive, using affirmations and doing this spiritual work, rituals, all of it. And yet in the material world, you don't have what you want. You don't have what you need. It feels like lack. Toxic positivity is a result of not being honest with our shadow work. Toxic positivity is a result of not honoring the grief, the undigested grief that is clogging the channels of your receiving. And so we cannot neglect the shadow work that is here. And again, your dharmic path is a this end. It's a both end. Yes, I am grateful. Yes, I am affirming the positive and what I want. And there's grief here, and there's undigested emotion that needs to be named, honored, acknowledged, and transformed so that I have more space for the receiving. So it's always going to be both. And if you are struggling with really making the dream and the desire a reality, we have to honor and attend to the undigested grief and the shadow work that is here. So here's the simplest way to acknowledge if you have some shadow work to do. And one of the reasons why I love money and using money as a way to do our shadow work is it's so easy to let money tell us how we feel. If we're in denial or we're negating what our emotional body is telling us, look at your money. And your money will mirror exactly to you what you feel and what emotion is under the surface around your nourishment and pleasure. Maybe your safety or stability. So when you look at your bank account and you look at your savings, if you have any debt, what is the emotion? What are the stories that show up? And that's what we need to work on. That shadow that is lingering here is telling you there is undigested emotion lingering in your emotional body, which is how we create and manifest. Our emotional body, our feeling level is how we manifest. It's not in the mind. It's not up here. It's not in your rational mind. It is through feeling that we manifest and create. So if your money is mirroring to you some icky emotions, some unworthiness, some lack of deservability, some fears, some doubts, some shame, guilt, whatever it is, we need to transform that in order to make space for more receiving. And guess what? I've been sharing 7 days of miracles with everyone in my private network, this private Dharma network that we have now. And it's been so fun to share these daily, simple tapping meditations with you to transform and clear these blockages, the resistance around receiving the nourishment that you want. So I want to invite you to join us there. I'll put a link in this video. In fact, you can just click on my profile. The Dharma Circle private network is easily accessible from my profile. You can join our 7 Days of Miracles event. Come tap with me. Come transform resistance into receiving. And this Friday, I'll be sharing a live workshop with you to support you in clearing even more resistance, even more blockages, so that you can say yes, full body, to your receiving love, nourishment, abundance, all of these dreams and desires you have for your spiritual life and your material world. You can say yes to it, and tapping is such a powerful resource to support you in that. I'll see you there in the Divine Dharma Circle and inside the 7 Days of Miracles event. And share with me below, what did you learn from this video? What's one takeaway that you got from this MoonDay Inspiration. I'll see you next Monday for another live MoonDay Inspiration so you can start your week off with intention.